Hi everyone, this is James, and I wanted to give you some training on the new USI Tech pay plan. This pay plan was in place basically since they put the BTC packages together. And there used to be two pay plans. Now they have a single unified pay plan, and I'm going to explain that to you. But they've also changed how the earlier pay plan works. So this is a new pay plan. Now, if you were qualified under the old pay plan, let me explain your situation. If you qualified under the old pay plan, you are qualified already, so you're grandfathered into the new pay plan. That does not mean forever, and it does not mean unconditionally. So let me explain what that means. There are two conditions. One, you are grandfathered in for 1 year from the time that you bought your license. If you remember before, the qualifications were that you had to buy either the forex license or a BTC license. Most people bought the forex license. So you will know from whenever you bought that, you would be qualified for 1 year. That qualification for 1 year is conditioned on the second part of your qualifications. The second part of your qualifications was that you personally sponsor 3 people who each purchased 12 BTC packages. Or some people, it was 3 people who bought the forex license. But I would say, probably 99% of people out there, it was people that had bought sponsored 3 people who had 12 BTC packages. So notice that those 3 directs must maintain their 12 packs during that 1 year and hopefully beyond that. If their packs drop below 12, you are no longer qualified and would have to qualify under the new pay plan. So do please check with the people that you're working with and make sure that they are continuing on. Now, most people, if they bought 12 packs, probably have 20 or 30 or 50 or 100 packs by now, because they tend to grow if you nurture them, if you renew them, if you rebuy. But just be aware of that requirement. So that's the grandfathering program. So if you were qualified by having bought one of the licenses and having sponsored 3 people who bought 12 packs or who bought 1 forex license each, those are the 2 ways of qualifying before. You are grandfathered for 1 year from the time that you bought your purchase, provided that your 3 people maintain their product. In most cases, maintaining their 12 packs. Okay, so that's the old system for those of you that were in before. Otherwise, as of November 1, or if you were not qualified under the old plan, you must qualify under the new plan in the ways that I'll describe here. All right, so let's take a look at those. Here's the new pay plan philosophy, and it was different. You might recall that I did, I believe, 2 or 3 updates based on information that the owners kind of leaked, or they talked openly about their thinking, the way they were looking to do the pay plan from August. And at the August USI Tech USA launch, there was an interview by my buddy, one of my buddies, with them, and they said they would be doing kind of a 2-tiered approach to the comp plan, and one of them would be to get to deeper levels. You would have to have 3 people who bought 25. That requirement was not adopted, actually, and a different and more dynamic philosophy was picked up. And it was picked up because a couple of weeks later, many of the leaders met the owners in Mallorca, and kind of a subcommittee of a lot of the leaders gave some feedback to the owners, which I'm pleased to say they took on board. So the feedback was that we thought they were on the right track, but we wanted them to make a few tweaks to what they were doing to drive the right behavior and to work further on disincentivizing stacking in the depth, and instead to incentivize building width. So it's the second bullet point here. We really want to give an incentive to building width. Building width means just basically sponsoring more people. And so with this new plan and the way it's set up, it'll give you strategic goals to help you to qualify for greater income generation. It's also simpler to explain than the old one by far. I mean, we've done away with the two systems, the matrix and the Unilevel. Now we just have the Unilevel, and basically you need one person to qualify for, one personally sponsored person to qualify for each level. That's, with one small exception, the basic rule. It also enables business builders to get more remuneration through what is called dynamic compression. Now, dynamic compression is something that's not well understood typically in network marketing, but it is one of the fairest and most remunerative strategies that you can find in any compensation plan, particularly these Unilevel compensation plans where it's normally used. And dynamic compression I'll explain in just a minute, but it basically means you actually get paid past 12 levels if you have people between you and the people at the end of those 12 levels who are not qualified for a certain level. So I'll show you how that works in just a minute. And I'm going to show you 3 different examples so that you get a clear picture of how this all works. Okay. The first one, a very simple overview. On your first level, on your level 1, these are the people that you refer personally. And there's no more spillover, there's no more any of that. There's no spillover, there's no you sponsor people and they're on your 2nd, 3rd, 4th level in the matrix. None of that's gone away. It's one level, Unilevel. Everybody you personally refer is on your first level. You can have 1, 3, 5, 10,000, 25,000, 100,000 people on your first level. Everybody you personally sponsor will be on your first level. And there are no qualifications for you to get paid on anybody in your first level. So everybody that you directly recruit, you don't need anybody that buys 12 packs. They could all buy 5 packs, and you could have 20 people who buy 5 packs, and you would get your 10% commission on every single one of those. And you get compensated on all the purchases of all your directs. You get 10% commissions. That is exactly as it was before. So there's no qualifications there. And by the way, you can join for free in this business. You don't have to buy any packs yourself, and you would get 10% on everybody that you refer. Where do you get that deal? Anywhere in the world. I mean, this is the easiest company to enter, and such a fair and open-ended company plan, product, and comp plan really continues to amaze me and thrill me. Now, to get paid to your 2nd and 3rd levels, you need to personally enroll members, and you need 3 personally enrolled members who have each purchased 12 packs. Now, those packs can be either directly purchased or through rebuy. It's just 12 packs. Okay? So that has also answered one question. Does it count rebuys? Yes, it does. Okay. Now, if you want to be paid beyond 3 levels, so this is level 1, level 2, and level 3, you would need 3 people who have personally enrolled. So these 3 people would be on your first level, and you might have 10 people there, and as long as 3 of them have bought 12 packs, you would be paid then on any activity that they sponsor that goes down to the 2nd and 3rd level. Okay? Now, to start to get paid on the 4th level means you've sponsored people on your first level. People on your first level have sponsors of people, so that would be on your 2nd level. People on your 2nd level have sponsored people, and those people will be on your 3rd level. People on your 3rd level have sponsored people, and they would be on your 4th level, yes. So you get the idea how this works. This is like your great-grandchildren. This is you're the grandfather or grandmother. These are your children. These are your grandchildren. These are your great-grandchildren on your 3rd level. To get paid on your great-great-grandchildren, your 4th level, if I can use that analogy, maybe not so good, you need 4 personally sponsored. And the same thing, you just, for each level after that, you need to add 1 more. To be paid on your 5th level, you need 5 personally enrolled members with 12 packs. 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. That's the big picture. That's the overview. Now let's just break it down into a little bit more detail so you get the idea. And I'll use some colors to kind of illustrate it a little bit differently. So, you get, for the BTC packs, you get 35% commission paid out over 12 levels. So there's 35% paid through these 12 levels. And you can see the percentages here. 10%. This has not changed from before, by the way. This is 10%, 3%, 3%, 3%, 3%, 3%, 3%, 3%, down to level 8, and then levels 9 through 12, 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%. Add all that up and you get 35%. Very nice remuneration, and paid to 12 levels. Now, the question is, how do you tap into those 12 levels? Or, if you're in the early stages of building, you're not going to be down to 12 levels. For most people, in the first 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 or 5 months, depends on how quickly you're building, you're only going to be needing to focus on your first couple levels. Maybe your first level, your second level, your third level, and eventually, of course, it'll start to flow down into your fourth and fifth level if you train and build people and they learn the system and start to take action themselves. So this will grow according also to how much you're training them, how excited they are, how much they're being encouraged to buy. If they buy, they'll get excited, and if they're excited, they'll tell others, and your organization will grow. That's, in simple terms, how this is working. But 35% over 12 levels, so you'll get your 10% commission on your direct referrals, no qualifications for that. And as I just explained to you before, in order to get paid to your second level where you would get 3%, and your third level where you would also get 3%, you need 3 people who each buy 12. 3 people who each buy 12. So this is, 1 by 12, 1 by 12, 1 by 12 would be 3 people who buy 12. And then you would be qualified to get paid not just 10%, but 16%. Right? So levels 2 and 3 have this qualification. You're required to sponsor 3 direct partners with a minimum of 12 BTC packages. Now, to qualify beyond level 3 and to get to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, but to get these 3% down to level 8 and then the full 35% down to level 12, you need to sponsor an additional 1 direct partner with a minimum of 12 BTC packages for each level. So at this level, at level 4, it's 4 people who have bought 12. At level 5, 5 people who have bought 12. At level 6, 6 people who have bought 12, etc. So basically, you take the level here and you know how many people you need to directly refer. In your USI Tech back office, by the way, there's now a chart in the back office that shows you how you're qualified. So you can check this and see your progress. It will show you precisely how many people you have who have bought 12 packages. Those people are now called qualified. They're specially identified. So it'll be very easy for you to track. That was not featured in the previous back office. It is a brilliant new feature in the new back office and will help you to visualize and to set goals. Because if you're going to set goals, if you want to build an organization over the course of time, it would behoove you, it would be smart, it would be lucrative, you will make money if you can get an organization that is built down to multiple levels. These first 8 levels, a lot of money. But these are people well beyond that. You could have thousands or even tens of thousands or maybe even hundreds of thousands in 2, 3, 4 years that would be down on your levels 9, 10, 11, and 12. I mean, if you sponsor enough people here or those people take action, who knows? You may sponsor 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, and then suddenly someone takes off. Or someone that they sponsor on the second level or the third level takes off. And all of a sudden, someone's building a massive organization that goes down multiple levels. Now, here's what I want you to see. Remember I talked about dynamic compression? Now, if you've got people on any of these levels, let's say someone's buying down here on level 10. Let's say someone's buying down here on level 10. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're only going to get 1%. Why would that be? Why did James just say that? Is he trying to confuse us? Well, some of you will be confused by what I'm going to tell you now, but some of you are not. And I'm going to illustrate dynamic compression. I probably should do a separate slide, and now I'm talking to myself, and I'll do that. But let's say it's level 10. And this person the money would flow up 12 levels, right? So it would go past you to your sponsor and your sponsor's sponsor, 12 levels. But what if these people, let's say these people, a couple levels up, have not sponsored 3, 4, 5, or 6 people. So they're not qualified to get those pass-up commissions. Say they've only referred one person, or 2 people, or 3 people, but those people didn't buy 12 packs. They wouldn't be qualified to get the commission, and so it would pass up. So it's possible that this purchase up here to you might actually end up being a 3% commission. If there's, say, 2 people between you and them that don't qualify, this 3% suddenly becomes, this 1%, sorry, on level 10, suddenly becomes 3% to you. And if nobody, I don't think it's very likely, but in theory, if nobody between you and this person on level 10 had qualified for commissions, you would get the 10% commission. But that's not very likely. What is likely, though, is that you could find yourself getting a 10%, a 3% commission. So anyway, that's a little lesson on dynamic compression. And don't mean to confuse you, but just let's stick with the big idea. And that is that to get qualified down here, you're going to need 1 person per level. So 7 people to qualify for level 7 that have purchased 12 packs. 10 people on level 10 that have bought 12 packs. 12 people on level 12 that have bought 12 packs. All right? Now, here's the details of the compensation plan, adding in the new product, the tokens. And so this repeats what you just saw in terms of the BTC pack, and this should also, by the way, this should say BTC pack and token commissions, because the commissions for the tokens are also the same here, so they're the same 35%. But there are bonuses. If you've studied the token program, you'll know that there are 5 levels. 1 level is the same as the BTC package, it's 50 euros. But there are others. Gold is 2,500 euros, Ruby is 10,000 euros, Emerald is 25,000 euros, and Diamond is 50,000 euros. So this repeats the qualifications for each of these levels that I just explained to you, by the way. On the first level, there is no qualification required. On the second level, you need 3 personally enrolled distributors with 12 active BTC packages. On the third level, you need exactly the same, 3 personally enrolled distributors with 12 active BTC packages. Level 4, you need 4 personally enrolled distributors with 12 active BTC packages, and so forth. I'm not going to read all of them. You can see the numbers match. Level 12, 11, 11, 10, 10. Now, what's cool about the bonuses is if you buy, for example, a gold package, $2,500 of tokens, you get a bonus for the token program. So you've spent 2,500 euros. The company is going to give you that package of tokens, but it's also going to reward you with more compensation. So when someone in your organization, 12 levels underneath you, now buys tokens, you're not going to get 35%, you're going to get 36.75%. And if you buy a Ruby package, on level 1, you're going to get, instead of 10%, you're going to get 12%, and you're going to get 42% overall. Emerald, instead of getting 10% on your first level, you're going to get 14% and 48% overall. And check this out. The Diamond package, 50,000 euros, that gives you 1.6 million tokens if all the bonuses pay out, the 4 bonuses that are connected with it in the token side, but also richly rewards you. Your personal referrals, you get, instead of 10%, 18%, and you can get as much as 60.2% through the 12 levels of the Unilevel. So this is supercharged bonus. And by the way, Grace and I have each purchased one of these diamond packages. Why? Because they're a great investment in my view, and also it just made straight business sense also for us with so many people purchasing these packages and these tokens in our team for us to maximize out the compensation plan. And, I think that's something else that you should consider. If you have built up a team, you should think about an investment in the tokens, not just for the sake of the tokens, which is enough, but also because of these bonuses in the compensation plan. So, again, everybody has to make personal decisions. This is not, a recommendation to buy. You have to make your own decisions and strategies on purchasing, but this is something for sure that's there. So, guys, that's it for the compensation plan. This is pretty much what you need to know. 10%, 35%, you need to qualify. These are the different qualifications. And you can see, I think, pretty well, you need 4 and each level down here, and the spirit behind it. But it's pretty simple in terms of this plan. How many do you need? Very straightforward. 4 levels, you need 4. 5. I've said it how many times? Maybe half a dozen times now. So I'm sure you get it. So that is the new compensation plan and all the details of it. And the pay plan is a very fair one. It's a very lucrative one. It rewards you well. It's strategically smart. It rewards the right behavior. It encourages you to build. And it's fair to the newcomer. It's completely fair to the newcomer. I mean, you earn 10% commissions with no qualifications whatsoever, without paying even the slightest amount of money. You could never buy anything and still recruit to your heart's content and get 10% commissions on everybody you recruit. How cool is that? That is awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our summary of the new pay plan that exists for USI Tech. There will be some further adjustments, probably in December when the forex product is brought out, but I don't anticipate that the concepts of the pay plan will change at all. They might just tweak it to, allow some blending of purchases. It maybe the qualifications will include purchases of forex packs as well as BTC packs, and we'll probably see a little clarification on that. But basically, we have a 12-level Unilevel. It's very simple, and the 12-level Unilevel pays like that. The qualifications are like that, and the details are like that. So that's all you need to know. Go out and make some money. Start recruiting. Bring people in. We got the latest and greatest. Awesome company. Great future. Great products. Great systems. All headed for you to create a dynasty. So go ahead and do that. All right. With that, I'll thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.